Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Saberforge Saber review. Haven't done one in a while, so let's just dive straight into it. Today we're going to be going over the newest collection. It's not really new, but it's new to everybody else. So it's the Saberforge Bane, the first of their curved hilt lineup. I believe they're up to two now, not including this one, with another one on the way. So what better time than start from Gen 1 and go forward. So here we go. Starting from the usual pommel. This pommel is actually the biggest pommel, to my knowledge, that Saberforge has. Is this entire part right through here. And this piece right here is actually separate. It's a third entity altogether. You can remove it by these retention screws there and also there, and you can actually put a adapter on it, so you can actually make it into a either a sai, which I'm really thinking about doing, adding the spear extensions to it to make a really cool looking sai, or you can make it into a staff, much like a Sarge Ventress did in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the first animated movie. She put those two on. It was kind of interesting. Not sure how wieldy in real life that would be, but something to look into. So going from there, as I mentioned, this whole piece is a different entity altogether. It runs the entire length and then some of the hilt. It matched the curves all the way up, and it has little groove links for your hands, which is actually very comfy. It's much like a throttle gauge or brake gauge on a four-wheeler or bike or something like that. It's very comfortable, very natural. Either way you hold it, it's very comfy, especially with the curve to it. Very nice. And this whole piece is actually about 4 to 5 separate pieces altogether. It's not all just one piece, so that's a plus, a minus, depending on your point of view. I wish they actually did as one whole. It would have been a lot harder, granted, but one whole piece is naturally better than just 7 pieces smushed together. So, but yeah, the bend is actually not that severe, to be honest. I was expecting more. You can see it starts straight right through here, and then right about here is when it starts curving ever so slightly upwards, about 6-7 degrees roughly. Yeah, it's not bad. Not as quite as severe of a curve as Count Dooku's or Sarge Ventress's, or even pardon me, Ahsoka Tano later on. So going all the way up, kill switch, activation button, crown. This crown is actually one whole piece as well. This crown as well can come off too with that retention screw right there. So you can actually take that off, clean it, polish it, change the color, whatever you want. As well as this. I actually removed the screw from this end to put the coupler right there to put on the belt, which is nice. The black gives it a little bit more of a polish to it. It's not too bad. The cover tech knob is just amazing. Love it. And there's the other one that you can undo and take off the top piece, which doesn't compromise the structure, I guess, of it at all. I took it off before, and it worked really well. It wasn't like creaking or like coming apart. Actually, it did ship to me like this. There's a little bit of a gap along the main hilt, but otherwise it's not that bad. Very pleased with it. And you got the blade plug, standard issue blade plug. And without further ado, kill switch, which no sound. I got the Warrior Edition, which is the second tier, which is no sound, but it does have the LED. I'm coming off of a cold, so I'm not 100% on par. But I did get the LED cyan, which is a nice color. In person, it is a little different. It's more of a mint greenish with a little bit of an acid color to it. Wasn't quite what I was expecting, but it's still gorgeous nonetheless. So let's go without further ado. And one other thing, they ship you a special Allen key for this style because the retention screws are different on this one than the standard Saberforge themselves, because this whole piece ties together the whole crown, so they had to make it a little different. So let's see, pop this out here. Go. Fish this guy out. Yep, nice little guy, pretty cool. And we're just going to be rocking with a 26-inch blade here. Nothing fancy, just to demonstrate the color of the cyan. And here's the cyan. Gorgeous color still. I mean, it's completely shining me out. And the camera too, I mean, that's awesome. This, I don't believe this is on full charge too. I don't remember last time I actually fully charged this. It's not bad. Let me see if I can hit the lights real quick. Yeah, there she is. It's more blue on camera, but in person it's definitely more green than anything. So just keep that in mind if you're going for this color. It's still a very nice color, definitely a Jedi color too, or a gray Jedi, kind of off-key, off-tone, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's very, very pretty still. And you got a little window right here that the light shines out from, where the gap between the emitter and the crown is. Nice little flare. Yeah. So that's you know, my review on this guy. You know, it kind of speaks to those fencing style people more than anyone else. Doing some flares and flourishes for my particular taste is not quite there. It's kind of hard to flick it around. It's almost like trying to spin a gun in your hands, so to speak. You know, a pistol trying to just whirl around. But I'm definitely curious in doing a sickle or a reaper staff style to it. So that's something I might be looking into later on in the future. Or if you guys have any other recommendations, feel free to leave it in the comments below. But yeah, if you're thinking about picking up a curved hilt, definitely think about what your your fighting style is. Because a curved hilt kind of speaks to a very specific style of people. Again, fencing's one of them, and also more of a defensive style fighting is where a curved hilt comes into play, because you can keep in a tight grouping and then also thrust forward more easily, causing more of an opening. As far as offense, it's a curved hilt. It has its plus and downs. It's more defensive and fencing, period. Which again, nothing wrong with that. It's great for what it is. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, drop down a like and a comment. And you want to see more of this stuff 30 years later, subscribe and I'll see what I can do. Alright? Take it easy, guys. May the force be with you.